offensive line recruits aren't where it should be. I don't know if you followed it.
Oh, yep.
We've got Fletcher Westfall, great. Look, this isn't a knock to the guys that we have, but we've been having a hard time landing the big-time studs. What did we do? What did Florida do to sign you? Here, take that.
Yeah, so what happened was with us was that it was 7 of us that came on a package deal from Lakeland High School, and that's why we ended up ultimately signing with the University of Florida because we grew up as Florida State fans.
Really?
And, yeah, Chris Rainey is our stepbrother. He was living with us at the time in high school, and he was a huge Gator fan. He was like, man, y'all just come up for a camp. And I was like, hell no. Like, we love the Seminoles. You know, that's where we grew up. Everything in our house was covers, blanket, everything you think of, right? And so he got us to go up for a camp, and, man, we went up. We fell in love with Coach Meyer and was like, man, this is crazy. Like, we didn't care about the colors or, the logo, any of that stuff there. It was more the staff. Like, we had Steve Adazio and John Hevesy as our O-line coaches at the time, and, man, we embraced them and fell in love with the staff more than anything. And so we got looking past the orange and blue, and then we fell in love with it. Now we bleed it, It's because we put so much into it. Like, when we were at the University of Florida, that's what made us who we are today, not even as just football players, but as people. The group that we was around, how they raised us from being young kids into, young men in a way. Now, we didn't know anything about financials until after we got in the NFL. But while we were in college, man, they raised kids, man. We were away from our family for 4 years. Like, our mom and dad weren't there. They came up for games, but during the week, they didn't know when to give us the guidance to be like, hey, you got to do it this way. And, they were the people that did it for us, and so we're very thankful for them,
That's so shout out to Chris Rainey then.
Yeah, Chris Rainey
for locking it in.
Yeah, he got
so
us
he's an FSU fan. He's gonna be punching air when he hears that.
Yeah, so he was the reason. And at the time, Bobby Bowden was an older coach, right? So we would be up there every other weekend. We go to camps, we go to the games at FSU, right? Okay. And we go to meet Bobby Bowden, and we're going in after one of the games, and we're like, hey, what's going on, Coach? Good to see you. He's like, oh, nice to meet you guys. And we're like, we met you like 9 times already. You know what I'm saying? I was like, he's fried. Like,
yeah.
And then we met Coach Meyer. He was so attentive and everything. Like, he knew our mom, dad name, like everything about it. And it was like, all right, like, this is where we're going to go. And so we got to actually take our high school football team that won 3 national championships while we're in high school and
bring everybody together.
Go together and went up to Florida. Yeah, it was 7 of us, yep.
That's a hell. Okay, so, guys, that's the answer. We need to go work on building that.
But what I say now is that I tell them is I'm like, man, you got the easiest tools in the world. If you want to go get offensive line recruits, you got the Pouncy twins. We're a call away.
So is this a pitch? Because
it's not even a pitch. It's just more like, man, if that's what it takes, like, why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had the Pouncy twins say, hey, we'll come up there, we'll take recruits out, we'll do this, we'll do that. Why wouldn't you?
So they haven't asked you then?
No, they haven't asked us, no.
So that's always a big question to me. It's like, we have so much elite talent in every position. Why don't we utilize that? And I thought maybe like the players are like, hey, like, we're busy.
You know what? And it probably has nothing to do with them not even wanting to do it. It's just that once you train so many different coaching staffs and so much time passes by,
you lose that connection.
You lose the connection. When Dan Mullen was there, he had me and he had all of us. And so it was easy for them to get recruits. Like, Dan Mullen would literally call us. They'd be like, hey, can you call this guy? Can you call this? Like, hell yeah, we'll call him right now. Hey, we'll come up for this game. And they made it very comfortable for us. Like, we wanted to come up for games. Hey, we'll get this suite for you. We'll get this amount of tickets. We'll do this. Hey, you want to help work the recruits? Why not? We're here. We're going to be here anyway. Like, why wouldn't we want to meet some of the top high school kids? Like, our kids are growing up to be that age now. They're going to be getting recruited one day. And so we would love to be a part of that process. But it just hasn't happened. And the day it does happen, I think it's going to change for them. Like, man, you got a lot of great players that are willing to come back. And they used to always say, like, I think ex-NFL players would be good as agents. And it's like, no, they won't be. They're not financial guys. They're not lawyers. Like, they wouldn't be. What they'd be good at is this NIL process of, okay, you want to be an agent? Well, let them work the NIL process, bring guys back, and help them get these young recruits. Because, man, why wouldn't they want to be around guys that just got out of NFL or guys that had great careers, that guys they looked up to, because no one's going to college anymore for, hey, I'm going because I grew up a University of Florida fan.
No, that doesn't talk about that.
It doesn't work anymore, you know what I'm saying? And so you got to build that culture where you have former players around like it's a family vibe to where you're going to have, hey, listen, I got to go and come to a football game and sit with the Pouncy twins. I'm the #1 offensive lineman in the country. Why wouldn't they want to do that?